Hello, boys and girls. It's Miss J. I'm going to do a quick lesson on symbolism, and I'm not going to delay. I'm going to get started right away so that you can go and do all the things that you need to do, like Ignitia, your SAT vocabulary. Helping your parents would be nice. So let's get started. Symbolism, what is it? Symbolism is when one object or thing stands in the place of something else, such as an idea, another object, a person, or a place. Why do I need you to know about symbolism? Because it's in your literature. It's in a lot of what you read. It's all around you. So let's look at the different types of literature. First of all, let's talk about examples of symbols in our society. So in our society, you will see symbols like this. Of course, emojis are everywhere. I know that I can have a whole conversation based on emojis only. So it says a lot, right? That one emoji, the smiley face emoji, you're happy, you're glad about it, you agree. So all of these different emojis will send a different message, right? That's a symbol. So again, is when one object or thing stands in the place of something else, such as an idea, another object, a person, or a place. Okay, so when you look at the symbols on your left, the radiation symbol, recycle, first aid, all of these symbols, it doesn't have to have a message on it, on the door or on a vehicle. If you look and see what that means, you know what it means. You know the handicap symbol. The little eating symbol is your fork and your knife. It tells you there's food. The restroom symbol. So again, one object or thing stands in the place of something else, such as an idea, another object, a person, or a place. Don't turn off this video because there's going to be some important stuff in just a little bit, okay? I know you know all of this, but I just want to do the background of, symbolism. Let's work our way up. The next thing, brand symbols. When you look at these kinds of symbols, you know that they are a brand. What in the world is happening there? Okay, I have no idea why that's happening, but we'll just go with it. Okay, so brand symbols, again, McDonald's, it's the golden arches. Hey, best symbol in the world, right after the cross is a hybrid symbol. You know what, when you see that, you know what it means. Those are your brands. So you look at these things, the circle, the bullet, it's basically your target symbol. So again, when you look at these things, you know what that means. Okay, symbolism with colors. So now we're going to get into the literature part. When you're reading about something or you read some poetry and there's like an overwhelming color that's being represented, or you go, you're looking at a movie and there's like this one color kind of is woven throughout. If you've seen Schindler's List, black and white, and then you have the girl in the red coat, so what does she represent? And so colors will represent something in a novel, in a movie. Let's talk a little bit about history. So I'm not fond of how this symbolism works with these colors, but when you look at the symbolism of black being evil, white being pure, I feel like there is some sense of racism there. It's back. This started a long time ago. So when you look at, black being evil and white being pure, there is something that's symbolic there. It's subconscious. It's woven into our society. When you look at old movies and you see that the villain wore a black hat, the hero wore the white hat. And so, that symbolism says a lot. And if you see it even in modern day times, you have to ask yourself, what are those colors representing? Because sometimes there is a message being sent there symbolically. And so that's why it's important to know symbolism, just one of the many reasons. But, we have to look at why colors are being used in certain things. You look at the Democratic Party, they use one color. You look at the Republican Party, they use another color. And so these colors represent different things going on. Symbols can have multiple meanings. When you look at, not always, let's go back to the color, not always is black going to represent evil, and not always is white going to represent purity. Oftentimes these are the colors that are associated with these things, but sometimes there is a double meaning or a multiple meaning to one thing. So when you look at the dove, it is a symbol for peace, as in giving comfort. So sometimes in funeral homes or homegoing services, a dove is used in on the pamphlets handed out or on the literature handed out. Also, but on the other end, doves also represent love and unity. They're used in weddings. You'll see the doves holding together a ribbon with the rings on them, joining a man and a woman together. You look at the apple. The apple historically is can represent something evil or forbidden. In Genesis, we have the apple being used, and we don't know, right? It was an apple, but that's oftentimes a symbol that's represented, that Eve took the apple and she ate of it, and you have the one bitten picture. Often you'll see it sometimes even in cartoons and movies. In Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the apple was poisonous, and so you'll see that connection with the apple. But on the other end, you look at the apple in a classroom setting, and all of a sudden it means teacher, or it means something with education. So, symbols can have those different meanings. And I want to take a look really quickly about in novels or poetry. Authors will use imagery for symbolism in their writing, and they'll weave it in. It's not going to say the gray skies represented sadness. It'll just paint, the author will paint a picture, and he'll include the gray skies. He'll include broken branches or barren fields, because he's trying to, or she's trying to, create a symbolic image for you. So, let's go look at the list. In gray skies, it could have a meaning of sadness. Not always, but, this is typically what you'll get from whatever the novel is trying to send the message of. Flowers smiling, joy, a red car, speed, the green coat, envy, broken branches, desolation, barren fields, desperation, clear windows, hope, a heavily jeweled woman, wealth, scrawny, mangy dog, abandonment. So, again, in novels or in poetry, you'll have something used by the author to give you the symbolic image of something. In Lord of the Flies, there's a lot of symbolism. We talk about that when we read Lord of the Flies. There's symbolism in every novel. Every novel will have symbolism. Even Dr. Seuss will have symbolism in his writing, at such a young age. So when you read a book, always look at the imagery that's represented, because the imagery will have something that the author's trying to deliver. So he or she is trying to deliver a message, but they're not going to, and that's what makes literature beautiful. They're not going to outright say it oftentimes, but they will say, they'll use all of this imagery to try to get you the idea of what they want you to have. And again, that's what develops good writing, is the use of imagery and symbolism. And that's it. I just wanted to do a quick lesson on that. And we are going to end with one emoji. What image am I trying to give you? What's that symbolic image that I'm trying to tell you? Yes, Miss J loves you. And I will see you next time on YouTube videos. Also on our Zoom call. Miss you guys. Love you. Stay safe and be blessed.